Alright guys, so I want to give you all a quick tip. Like your typical hunting face paint, that's great and all, but most of it's greasy or it's overpriced. I've found that just a little bit of Maybelline, yeah, maybe it is Maybelline, works fine. Alright guys, so the day's finally here. It's opening day in Missouri, September 15th. I think the truck said it was like 79 degrees when we got out of it. It's a bit warm. We're getting bit by skeeters. Our makeup's running. But I mean, opening day is finally here. I've got a bow in my hand. I've got tags in my pocket. Let's see if something walks out and we can get it done.
By the way, he doesn't have a bow in his hand. It's actually hanging up.
So we've been here about an hour and a half. We probably got about another hour and a half worth of sunlight. Sunset's at 7:25, 7:26. So that means we can hunt till 7:56. So we're getting into the game time now. Should start seeing activity pick up. Hopefully something walks out and we get after it. I about knocked the GoPro out of the tree, and in the process of putting it back on, I lost my agua. Alright guys, so we got about an hour left. For me, that means bucket you in, stand up, be ready. If y'all could do me a solid and just try to will a deer my direction, I'd really appreciate it. Always gotta get them workouts in the stand. Alright guys, so that's the end of day one, opening day. Saw one doe. She was way too far out, too much thick brush, never came our direction. We're gonna hit it hard this weekend and we're gonna roll right into the next one. Okay guys, so it's September 18th, it's a Friday. I'm all by myself, gonna try to self-film. Dustin and Dalton, they had to work today. The temperatures dropped about 10 or 15 degrees from yesterday, so I'm really hoping that gets the deer up on their feet, gets them moving. I'm really excited. I got a belly full of Baconator. That made me really happy. So hopefully something walks by and we can wax it. Let's do this. So if you're on the fence about hunting, but you're like, man, it's just boring sitting there for hours waiting on a deer to walk by, get you one of these wireless headphones and watch some Cardinals baseball, baby. So we got about 45 minutes left. It's getting into the golden hour. If y'all can do your best, send a deer my way. Pray for me. Let's see if we can't get it done on day 2 of hunting. Alright y'all, so that's it. That's the end of day 2. I got skunked. I didn't even see anything. So I think tomorrow morning I'm going to be filming Dalton. So lucky for you guys, you won't have to stare at my ugly face for a while. So catch us in the next part.
Alright. Y'all should know your job is the ride-along cameraman. See if I can't do this with one hand. Just open the gate. Got it. Maybe.
Alright, what's up guys? It is now Sunday, September 20th. We are down in central Missouri at another one of our properties, hopefully trying to put a smack down on a deer today. We had a little bit of a cold front come in and dropped the temperature probably about 25 degrees. So, hopefully, yeah, the truck was reading about 49. So, hopefully, we get a little bit more deer activity today and let the old Matthews eat. Well, we were both sitting there, kind of not paying attention, and we had two does walk up literally 25 yards. And as soon as I saw them, Evan tried standing up with the camera, and I guess they got a good look at us. And they decided they were good done with the situation. They took off, and then we had to come in behind us about 45 yards, but they were in some thicket, so we really couldn't get a good look at them. And then we don't know where they went. We haven't seen them in forever. Alright guys, so the two does that we spooked right behind us that were about 25 yards, they walked up in the edge of this bean field and cut straight into us. I didn't even see them. Cameraman, aka Evan, saw them. They walked straight down this low cut right here to this dry creek bed, and they were walking it, and I mean, what, 10 yards maybe? 10, 15 yards, absolutely drilled her. She took off running that way, we lost her, but it was a good shot, we'll just put it that way. So, the bad thing is I didn't know the camera was looking through all this brush right here. Show 'em. This shit coming off, or stuff coming off this tree, and it's the only option I had, because if she would have walked 5 more yards, I wouldn't have been able to get a shot at her. So, hopefully, we have some decent footage to roll on, but if not, then we'll pick back up with you guys whenever we start tracking.
Alright guys, I got bad news. We looked for more than a couple hours. We'd have good blood, lose it, find another spot of blood, lose it. Hell, Dalton finally called it. I'll let him talk to you in a minute, talk about it, but I've been there. It's just not a good day. Very rough.
Alright guys, so we had two does work themselves in, and I put a shot on one about 15 yards. Hit her, got really good blood for about 100 yards. I mean, it was bubbly, real light. It was lung blood for sure. But after about 150 yards, we just started losing blood, started to become bits and pieces, and we ended up tracking bits and pieces that we found upwards of 400 yards. In fact, half of the property that she was running. The only other thing I think she could have done is maybe hit the creek that we have running through and took off. But I don't know. Live and you learn. Sometimes you make bad shots, and no telling really what'll happen. You got anything to say, Evan?
That was the end of the first weekend of deer season. We're gonna be bringing another video next weekend, so make sure to stay tuned for that. That's all I got.
Alright, well, I guess we're gonna close you guys out here and get out in the woods, hunt some more.